Hello, hello, hello. Oh my goodness. There's 12 people watching and nobody has said anything in comments. You guys are all waiting for me to get up on my high horse, aren't you? You are. You are. Well, I'm here. I'm on my high horse. So, uh, someone say hello, even if you're a hater. Hi, Dennis Throckmorton. Wait, it's Dennis Throckmorton. Hi, Wolfie. Hi, Amy. Hello, everyone. How is everybody doing? Everybody doing good? Wolfie, I haven't seen. You're afraid of my anger? Hi, Jill. I'm pretty pissed. I am pretty pissed. It's hi, Deborah. Um, it's a fucking shit show extreme out here on the streets. It's fucking disgusting. It is gross. And like none of my prison daughters better be engaging in any of this fucking bullshit. Cause y'all gonna get grounded. Ooh, StreamYard's like jumping. Hi, Paula. Hi, Tara. Hi, everybody. I wanted to say a few things. A few things first. I wanted to thank everybody for your kind words on my kidnapping video. Uh, it was it's the most. It was the funniest thing. I was I got permission to post it. Um, but then, like I said, I should make it a premiere because it's only like 12 seconds long. And then I saw that Pink was live, so I went into Pink's live and I told her that I had a very important premiere called Ooh Cams. I'm sorry. I'm making myself laugh. Uh, hi, Seven. I'm just gonna call you Seven. Hi, Christine. Um, I said I had a very important live, very important premiere, very important coming up, and she lost her fucking mind. It was great, and she fucking quit her live. She ended her live to come watch my 12-second premiere of me being kidnapped. It was great fun. It was great fun, fun for everyone, and everybody was very very kind. Um, well, we're not talking about. I mean, what? Lichen, like where did that come from? We're not talking about that right now, but yeah, slander is wrong. I think slander might be like punishable by legal means too. Um, but anyway, so it was really good. And then Pink got really mad about it because it was clickbait. It was funny. Yeah, wrong is wrong, period. It is, but we're not talking about what's wrong is wrong. Yeah, I'm opening up and saying hello to my subs so you can hold on and wait to have that conversation. You living in your like and free world? Yeah. Unfortunately, anybody that comes in here and says anything that's not blocked from my channel, I can see. So, which is cool because I don't really have very many people blocked from my channel, just porn bots. Um, Hi, Loki's mom. Hi, Bryn. Did I say hi to you, Christine? Hello, Christine. I said hi to Tara. Um, but anyway, so that was really funny. And I wanted to say that I wanted to thank everybody for how kind they were to me on that. It wasn't like really a face reveal, even though it was a face reveal, but my face has been up on this panel, like just not live. So and Lana even had a picture of me up on her she still has it up on her community post somewhere. Um, so I wanted to thank everybody, and I wanted to tell people it's not like when I say that I hate my face, it's because my face I don't recognize myself. I have a thing, anyways. So, but like if I say I'm ugly, it's just whatever. But ugly isn't like the worst thing you can be, right? Like I pay my own bills. Like I have people that love me, and clearly I'm influential and charismatic enough to, get unsuspecting, vulnerable young women to abuse men over FaceTime for me and start an entire cult. So like I guess ugly is working for me. Thank you, Christine. I don't need you to tell me that. I'll just grunt at you, but thank you. Thank you. That's very kind of you. But everybody was very kind. Everybody was very kind. And anyway, uh so I guess Lycan started us out with slander wrong. Slander's wrong. Yeah, slander's wrong. I've been slandered in the last 2 weeks pretty heavily, but whatever, to each their own. I just laugh. Hi, Shift. Um, but I want to talk about what's going on in these gross streets between the To the Moon and Lindsay, TT, Jax, Sofa probably, even though she's under an alt. Um, all of them. It's fucking disgusting, disgusting. First, I want to say that um, um, Lindsay is a piece of shit. She is. She just is. I've known her for almost 3 years. She's a piece of shit. Um, she's a gaslighting, emotional terrorist, and that is what she is. She still doesn't deserve to have her trauma thrown in her face. She doesn't. Simply doesn't. TT is a piece of shit. She's done some fucking awful things. Doesn't deserve to have her trauma thrown in her face. She doesn't. It doesn't need to be weaponized. The death of a child should never be weaponized like that. Fucking sick. It's gross. I don't know the story behind all that. I don't care. I know Lindsay likes to say that I started a group chat with my friends to dig into her and her dot, but I didn't. I was added to it. Your good friend, Dear Terms of Service, can tell you I was added to it after that shit happened. Or at least I wasn't active in there, know that I was in there until after all that shit happened. And I'm very vocal that I don't want to have that conversation. I don't want to talk about that kind of thing. That is, we have all done, all of us moms, unless you're fucking perfect, have had moments where things could have gone horribly wrong. And most of us are lucky enough that they didn't, you know? And unfortunately, and I feel the deepest empathy that I think I could ever feel with anybody for TT and her loss. I don't want to investigate it. I don't want to weaponize it. I think that people that are looking into her, and if people are saying, well, this is a true crime community. I'm not a true crime person. Uh, if it's a true crime community, it's a crime, whatever, but they're not looking at it from a outside perspective. They're doing it to harm. They're looking at it to harm. And it's it's just gross. And the same thing with Lindsay. The same thing with her custody. Like if I bring up her daughter, when I brought up her daughter, I brought up the fact that she's bringing her daughter into this by like posting comments from her statements from her daughter and saying her daughter wants to speak out and stuff like that. I'm criticizing that. Like leave your daughter off of fucking YouTube. Get her away from it. Don't do that. Like you're going to make her a bigger target. You're going to make her you a bigger target, but she doesn't deserve for people to interfere with her custody. She doesn't deserve to be called, "Hi, Melissa Jade," a a bad mother. We don't know all the circumstances. You only know what you can get. Is a custody case that's not open for public record. So we don't know all of that. I know what I know about her case, and I don't want to speak on it, but it's not like what like they say. But she's also misrepresenting stuff too, but she's also fighting back. Hi, Heather Dizzle. She's also fighting back dirty and gross, and it doesn't make her case any stronger that she's a good person, because she's not. I mean, how do you call somebody? I don't wanna know it either. I don't care. Like, I didn't listen to Lindsay's live. I saw some screenshots. I saw the stuff that Jax was saying, which we'll get into that. Um, and I heard some of the stuff that she was saying, and I saw some screenshots from a different chat that Lindsay was in, and it's disgusting. Hey, prison data. It's gross. It's sick, and it's beyond too far. Hi, typhoid. It has gone, like, to the point where I mean, they're like I mean, then you got To the Moon over there, a whole ass burglar. You got a whole ass burglar over there. I'm sorry, that was really funny. It was really funny when TT goes, "We got a whole ass burglar over." That was funny. That was funny. I'm sorry. To the Moon's a piece of shit. To the Moon's done horrible things, you know. To the Moon's probably have moments in her life that are fucking hi Audie. Um, yeah, Audie, correct. It's not about true crime is about discussing cases from a outside perspective. This is all just weaponizing trauma. Weaponizing trauma. But what I really want to and there's nothing I can say about I cannot talk about Lindsay's pain. I don't know what it's like or TT's pain. I don't know what it's like to have lost a child to for either of Hi Amanda. To either of those things. And God forbid, even as adults, I don't want to lose my children. I want to go before my children for sure. You know, I don't know what that's like. I know what it's like from very close friends of mine losing children. I know what it's like to lose my husband, um, or a parent or whatever, but my children, I can't even imagine. I can't. So I understand that for both of them, their pain must be incredibly great, incredibly overwhelming. And so I understand that they're lashing out at each other from those perspectives. But everybody else, hey Angela, everybody else just running with it. You know what I mean? Is just like and engaging in it with them, just continuously bashing her being called a murderer and an arsonist is fucking sick. And then people like claiming that I don't even wanna say what they're claiming Lindsay has done to her daughter is fucking gross, and if you know that's a fact, it's just fucking gross, it doesn't belong here. If you're that worried about somebody's ability to parent, you're really that fucking worried about somebody's ability to parent, you don't get on YouTube and make content for it, you don't. Hey, Angie. Hey, Rena. We love you, Rena. It is fucking disgusting. They're fucking gross pieces of shit for doing it. And I can say that I sympathize with both of them for their losses and that they're also both pieces of shit for doing what they're doing right now. And Jax is fucking disgusting. Jax is a fucking gross fucking piece of shit also. Like he's probably one of the worst people on YouTube. Like voice is bad, like fucking worse than Natasha, worse than fucking Scarlett. As bad as Lana, as bad as fucking Voices, maybe worse than Voices, fucking gross, disgusting, and still does not deserve to have their existence invalidated by you fucking misgendering him. Doesn't deserve it. And not only does that harm Jax, which I mean, you could say, well, I don't give a shit. Jax is a piece of shit. But every single trans person out there that struggles to come to terms with their identity, that struggles to come to terms with how to live in society with that identity, you're invalidating all of them. You are the reason that young trans people take their own lives. Your attitudes, Hell on Wheels, specifically, the fucking disgusting things, and I think that TT loves Hell on Wheels and will say, "I love Hell on Wheels," which is and says, "You can say it's transphobic." You're hate speech. You're bigots. You're fucking gross. That's right, Reese, thank you. Thank you, Anne. Anne, you're always such a wonderful, wonderful voice. Right. His behavior has nothing to do with his pronouns or his identity. Nothing at all. Nothing. And so it is you're doing harm to an entire portion of the population. And some people I've had a conversation recently where, you know, someone they don't know any trans people, which is it was fine. I was just having an open conversation with them, and I said to them, "You don't know that you don't know any trans people. You don't know that because what if they have not come out as trans because of shit like this, because of people like this?" Because of attitudes that are so pervasive. And this is in social media. This isn't just in the privacy of your home. Was for hundreds of people to see your hateful rhetoric. It's fucking disgusting. And I have trans people in my life that I love dearly, that I love dearly. And I cannot imagine invalidating them like that. And I can't imagine anybody invalidating like that because what the fuck? Jax is a piece of shit just as a piece of shit. Man, woman, dog, cat, it wouldn't matter what gender or species of being Jax was, he'd be a piece of fucking shit. That's just what he is. And so it is you shouldn't be attacking something like that. And it's like it's the same as attacking looks. It's the same as and TT doesn't care. TT does not give a fuck. TT does not give a fuck about how she impacts other people. She doesn't. Hell on Wheels does not give a fuck about how she impacts other people. Lindsay doesn't give a fuck either. Either does people like Lycan, Jax, Sofa. They don't care. They don't care, and it's shown. And we also have this. Um, we also have this new this new channel, which is probably Jack's. But I mean, we'll talk. I mean, does anybody have anything to say in regards to um wait a second. I agree with your sentiments, Holly, and always appreciate your perspective, but I'm wondering if it would be considered wondered if would consider using person first language for being shitty, i.e. Pink is shitty. So instead of saying they're a piece of shit, just say they're shitty. Like Pink is shitty, Jax is shitty, Lindsay is shitty, Lycan shitty, TT shitty, not saying they're a piece of shit. Um, I could try. It is harsh. It is harsh. But that's how I feel. I feel very harshly towards them because they are not just being shitty people. They're not just being shitty people. Invalidating someone's entire existence and a population of humanity's existence is being a piece of shit. Jax calling TT a murderer and an arsonist, or them calling, they are pieces of shit for that. Absolutely 100%. So, like, I stand by that. Um, I could say, like, there are specific things, I guess, um, to that they're being shitty, but I believe, like, in the core of me that those people are pieces of shit because people people that are just being shitty, they don't do that. You don't do that and stand by it and double down on it. Yeah, and yeah. I think human beings can be pieces of shit, you know? They can. But the good thing about human beings over pieces of shit, human beings can change. They can if they want to. I don't think Lindsay wants to change. I don't think she ever wanted to change. I didn't really know TT all that well, but she's no different. Than she ever was, and she doesn't like me either. She thinks I'm a piece of shit. So, hey, Yeah, and I feel harshly, Loki's mom. I feel very harshly towards those people. Very harshly. I think these people right now are being bigger pieces of shit than I ever thought Natasha was. And that's saying a lot. It is vile, prison daughter. It is vile. It is sick. Oh, is that Hell on Wheels, Ride or Die? Is Ride or Die Hell on Wheels? Did you miss English again, Ride or Die? Because it's you are a man, yo have a vagina, you are a woman. Fuck you, Ride or Die. You're a piece of shit. But didn't was it Hell on Wheels that said Siren and Robbie were women because they were gay, but don't they have dicks? Don't they have dicks? So wouldn't they be men in your estimation? Oh, no, but she's right, bitch. Okay. Well, then you can go fuck off with your bigotry. You're a bigot, plain and simple. You can have your opinion, but you're a bigot. You're a hate-filled bigot. And that's all you are. And that's sad. It makes me really fucking sad for you to have like that kind of intolerance in your heart. And you're also a bigot too. Not everybody is Christian. You can't the Bible is not the rule book of the world and humanity. It's not. Science is a rule book. Yeah, Angie, I agree. I agree. Absolutely 100%. Making her relive that over and over is horrible. Also, making can you imagine we don't know the details of Lindsay's custody. We don't. Nobody does except for the people involved in that case. Because and if people are revealing information about that case to people that are trying to harm Lindsay, they're pieces of shit too. It is for you, Lauren, but you can't apply those rules to everybody. That's not your place. You do not get to take the Bible and dictate to other people how they live based on a book you read. That's like, okay, guys, Game of Thrones, we're going to live by Game of Thrones rules because to me, that's how I think the whole world should live. So now I'm going to all judge you by the Game of Thrones rules. You don't ride dragons, you're a piece of shit. Yes, Anne, exactly. Hello, creep. Golden. I gotta put that. That's really good. Oh, that's good. No, that's definitely Angela. That's definitely Angela. She's not a clone. She's not a clone. But yeah, and you guys I mean, like you can call me a bitch. You can call me whatever you want, but you are I mean, you're wrong. You're wrong. The Bible doesn't get to tell me how to fucking live my life. Right. And if you hi nasty, and if you are a good Christian person, that's right. It is your place to think as you want. It is not your place to invalidate somebody else's existence. What Jax was saying was shitty and a piece of shit had nothing to do with his gender. Nothing to do with his identity. What he was saying coming from anybody else would have been just as low. It didn't make it worse because he's trans. And obviously, Melissa Jade is the prophet of my Game of Thrones, law land, and the Bible does talk about not judging, and Christians are supposed to be loving people, not hateful people. You can and you will. You can live your life like that. Doesn't mean others can't. That does not mean others can't, and it does not give you the right to invalidate somebody's existence. You can't, it doesn't. It doesn't. And quite honestly, the God that I grew up knowing, all y'all that are being like this are going to hell. Sorry. All y'all hateful bigots are going to hell because the God that I grew up knowing loved all his children. So, I mean, there's that. Hold on just a second, guys. So, you know, yeah, I don't believe in that kind of shit, Lauren, so you won't see me there. I mean, you'll see yourself there. Exactly, prison daughter. And that's the thing is that Jax being trans has nothing to do with Jax calling TT a murderer. Nothing. That came out of Jax. And I think this is the problem with a lot I've met very few Christians that do not twist the Bible to fit their own to make it comfortable for themselves. They conform the rules to excuse their own behavior, and my mother is very Christian conservative. My mother believes things I could never embrace, but she's not a bigot. She's not hateful. She doesn't judge other people. And I don't think that she would ever say that it was okay to drag somebody and just completely fucking dismiss them as a human being because they're trans. And it's not Jax. It's not Jax because Jax, like I said, Jax is a piece of shit. I dislike Jax greatly. Jax called my mother a whore. Jax has like threatened most of us, and you know what, Jax? Do something, baby. Do something. Jax is like one of those fucking Jax is like one of those people that like it sounds like Jax is getting ready for a WWE death cage match that's like never going to air. Like never. Because he's just like talks such big bad shit and never does shit. Never does shit. Piece of shit. But he still has the right to have his identity not be fucking mislabeled and not be mocked. And not only him, but just for the sake of the young people out there, all trans people, but especially the young ones or the ones that are struggling with accepting that within themselves. Like, for the love of God, God forbid one of you, hell on wheels, fucking ride or die. Lauren, God forbid one of your children is trans and has you as a fucking parent. That's all I have to say. Yeah, because do you really think TT, Jax, Lindsay, Hell on Wheels, Ride or Die, Lauren would say any of this shit to a person's face? Don't let them tell you they would. There is no fucking way that any of them would be like, "If you have a vagina, you're a woman," to somebody's face. Like, why would that even come up in conversation, first of all? Hi, Johnny. Hi, exiled one. Johnny, like, I've been released. I mean, I'm not actually. I'm still kidnapped. I'm being held in a basement. So yeah. So yeah. I mean, they let me go live because like they're cool. They're cool kidnappers, but I'm still like being held captive. But it's great. It's great. It's like a break. It's like a vacation for now. Because it's because I let the cult get exposed, and that was my bad. I was supposed to keep it safe, and it got exposed. Are you gonna save me with the meats? Because I hear my kidnappers really, really like Arby's. You'll talk smack straight to the vagina's face. I kinda like that shift. That's kinda hot. That's kinda hot. I kinda like my vagina being yelled at. Sorry. Okay, so but at any rate, they're pieces of shit, and what do you guys as subs, do you guys, like do you guys, like, involve yourselves in it? I don't think anybody should, um I don't think anybody should like dictate where we go or like call you out for being in somebody's chat, but I will call a motherfucking sub out for being in someone's chat and engaging in hate. I will. Like you just because you're a sub doesn't mean you are exempt from being a piece of shit. Like you if you're a piece of shit, I'm gonna call you a piece of shit. Who hasn't? I have never exposed a cult because I know um exactly what it's like, what happens when you do expose a cult. You go out for a nice lunch with your friends, you go to a haunted house, and then you get fucking assaulted and kidnapped in the front yard, and none of your neighbors fucking do shit. Like, that's what happens. Hi, Cece McGee. How are you? Oh my god, I muted myself. I'm so sorry. Where was I? I muted myself. So sorry, guys. Can you hear me now? Put a 1 in chat if you can hear me. Yeah, naughty Audie, I agree. I don't understand how that comes out of somebody's mouth or their fingers, um, typing it, saying it, whatever. I do not understand how that how they do that, how they say that, how you can even sleep at night knowing that you engaged in that kind of bullshit. It's really gross. Okay, so but anyways, I was saying the cult thing was funny until I saw that Lindsay had dropped my and she thinks I knew all along. I knew about the chat. I knew about the rumor. I didn't know that Lindsay had dropped my private information and that of my child. Um, you know, she says I talk about both of her children. I've talked about both of her children, not directly. I've talked about, like I said, what I said about her involving her daughter. Her son is an adult. My daughter is an adult. Does that make it okay that she dug up on my daughter? Because my daughter was an admin for my Facebook group that she dug, and she wasn't involved in any of this when she did that, when she dropped all that shit. She said that people were in fear of their lives. It would have been funny if it wasn't for that, you know? And now I'm going to talk about this You Fucked Up channel. You Fucked Up can go fuck themselves. You can do whatever you fucking want to me, dude, or girl, or whoever you are, bruh. You can do whatever the fucking anything you want. You can show anything you want. You're already showing me by the shit, the little nuggets, the little Easter eggs you're dropping. You're already showing me that Lindsay put you up to this in some way. She may not have said, "Make this account and do this thing," but she absolutely knows what's happening. Hi, Anyanka. And if she tries to tell you she doesn't know what's happening, then why isn't she telling this person who is white knighting for her to stop? To stop threatening to go real life on people, and she says it's not real life. I know that it's either somebody I've talked to privately or that Lindsay has fed information to. And I know that because of little Easter eggs that are being dropped. Did you tell your kid prison daughter that I just haven't had coffee? Okay, just because it's fine if I'm being streamed. I don't care. I don't care. Oh, I like that emoji. I don't care whether or not she's streaming me, and she's probably screaming about what I did to Alexis and what I did to Mandy and da 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 da. And she has her opinion. She has her opinion. And that's fine. No, she's also a piece of shit to the moon. But you're a piece of shit too. Yeah, you are. I can honestly say I'm not a fucking piece of shit because I would never do any of the shit that you guys are doing. You're fucking disgusting. How you talk about someone's the death of a fucking child, of a fucking baby. It's fucking sick. It's fucking gross. Okay, well, I haven't done anything about to Jax. I haven't done anything to Jax. Jax is a piece of shit too. Moon, you are a piece of shit. You're a whole ass burglar too. And I'm only just saying that because it was funny that TT said you're a whole ass burglar. She said those words. But you sat there and were dragging her for her criminal history as if you do not have an extensive criminal history yourself. Glass houses, baby. Fucking glass houses. Like, just like she talks about revenge porn, Lindsay talks about revenge porn. They both are pieces of shit for doing fucking revenge porn. It doesn't matter that TT put it in a chat 43 times. The first time was bad enough. It doesn't matter that Lindsay thought that she was being some fucking warrior for fucking truth and fucking honesty by sharing it with that woman's partner. She caused that woman more damage than fucking, but I'm not mad at either of them for doing it anymore, because the person that they did it to is the person that has to forgive them, and she has. So, but why do they drag people into it that aren't even part of it? That's right. Unless she actually did, prison daughter. There's no it's not okay. And I don't know if you were in here when I said it, prison daughter. We have all had close calls. We have all, as mothers, had moments where we said, "Oh shit, that could have gone a bad way. That could have and thank for the and I do believe in God. I don't believe in the Bible. I do believe in God. But for the grace of God go I, as they say, right? That's what you should be thinking. That's what you should be thinking. There could be any fucking number of fucking things that happened, that could have happened, that were close calls that maybe you didn't even realize could have happened, that you walked, skated by just by sheer fucking luck. Just by sheer luck. So none of you can say, none of us can say, we can only say we escaped it by luck. By some, not because we were good parents, because even good parents lose their children. So you shouldn't be, and people shouldn't be using this. You're the last person to say you're a good anything about being a good mother or mothering. That's fucking, you don't know. Lindsay, you don't know the story. TT, you don't know the story. Jax to the moon, you don't know the story. Just like people don't know your fucking story. That's right. That is right. This is 100%. And this is when people talk about people wanting to push people to harm themselves. This is the thing. The behavior when you're calling somebody who's lost their child a murderer or an arsonist, if you are not trying to harm that person emotionally and mentally, what the fuck are you doing? What is it? What is your angle? What is your point? Because you know that that's like not okay. And like and Lindsay, you lost your daughter. You know the pain of not having your daughter with you every single day. Granted, you did not lose her to the point where you could never see her again, and you did see her, you had visitation, whatever, you didn't. But can you imagine? Can you just fathom it? And you're a piece of shit too, Lindsay. You are. You're a fucking awful fucking human being. But would it be okay for somebody to tell you that you murdered your child if you lost your child? Like, and people were saying it, and it's not right. And I never condone them talking to Jason. Just like I don't condone you misrepresenting the things that are happening with Jason or were happening with Jason. Like, it's all fucking sick. You're all fucking wrong. Um, yeah, like, so the occasionally go down. I cannot put myself in her shoes. I can't. I don't think most of us can. Rena can, but like I can't. So I don't know. I don't know that I would be able to get up in the morning. I don't know that I definitely wouldn't be on YouTube, you know? I mean, but it's been years for her. I don't know her story. I don't know the help she's gotten. I don't know any of that. Maybe this is just the way that she copes with stuff on a daily basis, or maybe she had a very healthy coping mechanism before she ever came on YouTube. I don't know. I don't know. I hope that it doesn't. I hope that she is okay, which I can't imagine she is. But it's not it's not okay to keep pushing. It's just I can't. Yeah, Heather, they do. When things go sideways, when shit goes sideways, everyone starts to excuse their behavior or go, "What about this person?" or "What about this person?" And I did have this same conversation today as well, where said, "It's not okay to misgender Jax. It's not." "Well, Jax did this, this, and this." And I said, "And that has nothing to do with Jax's identity. Nothing. Not a thing." Yeah. And I will say the shit that they are saying about TT is much worse than TT saying, "If you come after my family, my friends, I will come after you and make sure you don't see your daughter ever again." That's a threat, okay? It's a threat, and it's wrong. Plain and simple, it's wrong. But nobody can really interfere with your custody if you don't allow it to happen, Lindsay. Um, and so, like, I mean, no strangers, no court is gonna take a fucking stranger's word, and say, "Look at what she's doing online." They take I mean, maybe your court will, but I really doubt any court's gonna do that. But it is I think the stuff they're saying about TT is worse, is much more harmful. And I just, conflict cycles only get more ugly and dangerous the more trauma each person has. Yeah, you're right, Golden. I have such wise people in my chat. Yep, naughty Audie, you're right. Neither one is the better person. I would say the things being said by like in Lindsay's chat the other night, the things being said were much worse. Were much worse. And I mean, I would feel worse because like somebody said, like there's regardless of what happened, there's guilt. You know what I mean? But so if somebody says, "I'm gonna call CPS and make sure you don't get time with your daughter because you're dangerous." If you know you're a good mother, if you know what you know, Lindsay, don't let that fucking impact you. But the fact of the matter is that TT did lose her child tragically, and there has to be guilt there. I have guilt for things that almost happened with my kids. I still think about scary situations that could have happened, and I have guilt about it. Yeah, Rena, I agree. It's not needed. Yeah, yeah, Tiff, I believe, um, I mean, I believe somebody is going to. I mean, it's already gone too far. How much further can they go? How much more angry can somebody be before they take it to a point that whatever happens is irreversible? You know what I mean? That's right, Godan, you can't. Leave me alone and then antagonize. Like here's the thing about Lindsay. She was saying, "I've asked Holly to leave me alone. But you won't leave people alone. Why won't you leave people alone? I want you. When I tag you, it's because I want you to fucking read it. Because I want you to see it. I want you to see what I'm saying. I'm not just talking to my fucking community post. I'm talking to you, Lindsay. And so I want you to see it. That's why I tag you. Because I want you to see it. I want you to see how I feel. You have hurt people badly, people who were good to you. And I'm not talking about me at this point. People who were fucking good to you, who did nothing to you except for try to stop being your friend. You have hurt. And I'm not even talking about stuff on YouTube. Stop hurting people. I mean, I truly believe TT when she says if you would just do your thing and stop fucking hurting people, she'd go away. I believe her. I don't think she's here for any other reason than to stop you from hurting other people. Is she going about it in a way that I think is good or necessary? No, but I'm not her, and she didn't have to answer to me. Oh, and when my, uh, the worst day, the entire worst day of my life, um, was the day that found out my husband died. And that same day, my cordless phone had died back before I had a cell phone. Um, I walked into my bedroom to use my corded phone, and I was on the phone, and my son was watching cartoons, and he was 3. Yeah, he was 3. Yeah, he was 3. He was almost 4. And he was watching cartoons. He has motor issues, motor development issues in his hands. He'd never once ever been able to open the front door. Never. I came out and the front door was open and he was gone. And I don't know, I can't even remember how long I was on the phone. And he had managed to get out the door. Thank God we lived at a dead end road, out the door, across the parking lot of our apartments, down a ditch and onto the main street. Wasn't a main street. When I say main street, it was not in the parking lot, right? Um, and this was before I found out my husband had died, too. This was before a couple hours before. And I was screaming and crying. No, that was the day before. It was the day before I found out my husband died. Yeah, because my husband died. He was a Head Start. But yeah, and he had somehow figured out the fucking doorknob. And it was locked too. And, I don't, I mean, I don't block him. I don't block anybody tattoos unless, um, but like you can block Lysol. I don't like him. Um, Thank you, Boston. Hi. But like that was like I ran out, I was screaming, I was crying. The first thing I did went to there was a water reservoir, like a wash off reservoir at the end of our building. First thing I did was to run over there to look to see if he had slipped down there because it also was right next to the little park. Then I just started screaming his name. I mean, my neighbors came out, called 911 for me. They were there. 911 was there so fucking quick, so fast. And he was just walking. I was like running across the parking lot and I saw his little butt like coming back into the parking lot, heard me screaming for him and was coming back and I just fucking collapsed on the ground crying. So many things could have gone wrong there. It wasn't because I was being a bad mom or negligent. I'd gone into my fucking room. I needed to make a phone call and I'd gone into my room to use my corded phone because my cordless phone was dead. And he had never once opened the door. Never once. Never even wanted to try to open the door. It was so fucking bizarre. Yeah, I mean, it was horrific, and I can't and every I am he is 24 years old now, that was 20 years ago, over 20 years ago, and I still think about it and get sick. I still think about it and get sick. It's still one of the most horrific things I think, that and I can say I so fucking lucky he could have gotten hit by a car. He could have fell into that water wash that drain wash off, whatever they call that. Um So many things could have happened. So many things could have happened. And it just I he was back before 911 got there and they came in plain clothes because it could be a abduction scenario, right? So they don't come in cop cars and I was like sitting on the grass at the side of the fucking parking lot like across from my apartment like holding him just like rocking back and forth sobbing, just sobbing. And it's just like anything could have happened. And I know, Lindsay, you have stuff in your life that it could have gone real bad, that and it just didn't because of whatever reason, for whatever reason. Count your blessings instead of bashing somebody else for not having been as lucky as you. Yeah. Can you think about that, right? And you think about how close that was. I have had, I'm gonna say had, because she took her life about, um, almost 5 years ago now, a friend whose aunt was watching her son, and she had gotten up on a step stool to grab something out of a cupboard and in the kitchen, and she went to step off of it, and she slipped, and she fell on her niece's son, on her great niece or great nephew, and killed him. And it's horrible. It's fucking awful. And she took her life years later because of the guilt. And she wasn't even there. She wasn't even part of that. But she was kind of like, if I hadn't had to work that day, you know, if yeah, if my if she had been watching her and him in her house instead of mine, your own house better or whatever. Like, yeah, and she and it's fucking horrific. Yeah, and it's like it just like you it's scary. It's so scary. And it was just an accident. It was just an accident. Nobody's fucking being neglectful. Nobody's being fucking even if it was an accident caused by somebody being absent-minded or something, it doesn't make them a fucking horrible fucking mom. Like, it doesn't. Just like you not having your daughter doesn't make you a horrible mom. Lindsay, I believed most of the things you told us about your custody case. I wish that if you do really have your daughter back, just get the fuck off YouTube and focus on your relationship with her. Like like just just enjoy that the rest of your life with her, you know? It's like fucking precious. It's just gross. Or just go do your fucking well, Delphi's been somebody's been arrested. That's pretty cool. Oh no. Yeah, Audie, and that wasn't even your kid, right? So it's like shift. Nobody killed. Please don't do that shift, please. Naughty. I can't even imagine. I think it's one of the reasons I never got into doing anything that was like would pertain to like kids. Like I wanted to be a teacher and then I did student teaching, not student teaching, but classroom observation for a little bit. And I observed in a high school classroom, which was fine. They were kind of like little assholes to the teacher, but it was whatever. Um, I could have handled high school students, but the little kids, the tiny kids, and when you can clearly see actual neglect, it's and you can't do anything about it really, it's really fucking sad. Yeah, I couldn't do anything with animals either. Okay, well, it's just it sucks. I mean, and I've had like other things happen to my son. My son was a little daredevil. My daughter wasn't she was fearless, but she wasn't really a daredevil. My son, he liked to like stand on like stools that didn't have backs and like jump, and it would scare me so bad. He had stitches in the back of his head from tripping over walking backwards and in his kindergarten or preschool classroom, and like literally tripping on his own feet and hitting the back of his head on the only sharp corner in the entire preschool classroom. It was like everything else had bumpers on it, but like that one sharp corner, he had stitches in his head. He lost one of his teeth when he was a baby because he was drinking out of his sippy cup. I was at Girl Scouts um, with my daughter. He was drinking out of his sippy cup and he was watching wrestling, and he turned his chair around. He was just little. And he turned his chair because this would be before my husband died. Turned his chair around and um, was kneeling on it, so the back was like facing the TV, and he started like rocking it, and he fell forward and hit the sippy cup on his tooth and knocked his tooth out. He got a pretty bad burn on his hand, and it none of that's from being like neglectful. I mean, I guess I wasn't one like on my kid, like white on rice. Like I wasn't like stuck to him like glue. I was just not right there, and he was too quick, you know? Yeah, it probably was part of my son's too, Tiff, like it probably yeah, I mean, there was stuff that and he didn't cry when he got hurt, except for when he burnt his hand. Oh, when he burnt his hand, he cried real bad, real bad. We talk about we talk about Audie, like, we don't bring children up, we don't bring children up, we don't bring children up, like, we don't bring them up. Then don't bring them up. Like, even if somebody else is bringing up your child, don't bring theirs up, Lindsay. I mean, TT's never said we don't bring up children. TT's basically been like, she'll say whatever the fuck she wants. Oh, yeah. Oh, Laura Schwinn, I saved my son from choking on a chicken nugget, one time, and I literally stuck my finger in his throat and pulled the chicken nugget out and made him vomit all over me. It was fine. I was fine with it, but that was like I just that yeah. Yeah. And my son, he has a sensory processing disorder too, and he would have problems like I had to cut up his food. He would cut up his own food, but I had to cut up his food for him because he wouldn't cut it up small enough. And if he just cut a piece and take it and he wouldn't know. You know how you just know when it's time to swallow? Sometimes he wouldn't know. Like that was part of his sensory disorder is not knowing. He wouldn't know when to swallow, how big of a bite to take, things like that. It was just judge and that might be just like maybe not sensory, but part of just being able to judge those things. Hi Amber. Yep. Yep, Cece McGee. I mean, my daughter had things that happened. Never, I mean, and close calls with other things. Like, I mean, she fell off a bike that she could have really hurt herself. Um, but it wasn't like anything like she didn't require stitches. Yeah, and mine is on the spectrum too. Oh, she didn't have the gun already in your ear, like on your ear, and yeah, being a mother is fucking terrifying. Being a mother is fucking terrifying. It is. It is one of the hardest things you ever do. And that's why maybe you should just be a little more kind to people. Like there's like and I know Lindsay that you have been dragged and you've been compared to people, whatever, but they're doing that to get a reaction out of you, just like you do it to get a reaction out of TT. You want that reaction from TT. You want TT to go at you so that you can scream victim. You do, 100%. Look at what they're doing to me. Look at what they're doing to me. I believe that. 100% believe that. I do not believe that TT should be saying any of that shit. And I don't think you deserve to be any of that shit to be said about your your daughter, your child, your relationship with your child because we don't know what it's like. We don't know. Oh my god. God, Tiffany. Yeah. Yeah, my dog Golden like I have a Great Dane as y'all know. And my dog has gotten things in his mouth that he's not supposed to have. Not that he didn't want to eat them. He wasn't trying to eat them. He was just trying to hold them and keep them from me. And I've stuck my entire hand in his mouth. He would, and I feel like if he was choking, I would stick my hand down his throat for sure. 100. Kids do choke easy. I choked twice when I was a kid, twice so traumatically that I remember it. Very traumatically. But I was also a little bit of a drama queen, so, like, it was probably more traumatic in my head than it actually was. But, yeah, so, yeah, guys, I think that it's just like and I couldn't sit here and listen to people and fuck you all for making me get up here and defend Jax. And I'm not defending Jax's actions at all, not at all, but no, you guys don't get to invalidate somebody's existence because of their behavior. You don't get to do that, and you don't get to harm people just because you're pissed at what they're saying about you. You don't get to harm other people. I'm not talking about Jax. I think Jax is a giant, massive, massive, gross, disgusting pig. Gross, disgusting pig. Laura Schwitt, you know how to do a oh, Jack Russell Terrier? Yeah, I don't know if I could do abdominal thrusts on my dog. Maybe. I feel like I would hurt him worse. I feel like I would just stick my hand down his throat and grab whatever it was. Fortunately enough, he's not like a big it's only shoes sometimes. He likes to get anyways, derailed my own self. But so fuck you all for being not you all, but fuck all you all gross bigots for making me get up here and say Jax's name and say that Jax doesn't deserve that because he doesn't deserve it, but he deserves so much other shit. Yeah, I'm gonna do abdominal thrust to my dog. No, Boston, stop making it weird. Boston, that's you and your bird. I don't do that shit. So anyway, does anybody have anything else to bring up to say? Oh my god. Look at you guys. Women. Vulnerable women, do you have a boyfriend or a husband? Do not do not block or time out anybody that's here just to have fun, except for liking. You can time liking out. Thank you, Amber. Nothing happened to me. Yeah, I'm gonna yeah, it is pretty cool. Do you like haunted houses, vulnerable women? It's kind of sweet. Oh, that's wonderful. Do you guys like haunted houses? No, we're getting people to go like to do this like haunted house thing and like my friend Chris, he runs it. Oh, awesome. Like I should get you in touch with my friend. I could get, oh yeah, do you have an iPhone with FaceTime and is there a UPS store close to you, vulnerable women? We'd like to talk to you about joining our family. Yeah, we are just one big family. Just one big family. And we pray every day. Yeah, iPhone's definitely better because it has FaceTime. How do you feel about pie? Vulnerable women, pie or cake? Oh, yeah, we do. I've ruined too many relationships, guys. We need either the ones that I have ruined your relationship and now you're single, please get a new relationship for me to ruin and or enhance depending on the situation. For Prison Daughter 6969, 1010 would join cult again is what her husband says. Um, great, great. Pie is I think vulnerable women, we should get like your contact information, maybe. You have a relationship, that's good. That's good. We also want to meet your relationship. We wanna meet your wonderful, kind of sweet, caring man. Like, and, I bet you he'll fit right in. Is he a hard sleeper? A deep sleeper, I mean? And that's just what it spells out. I mean, that's just what it spells out. It doesn't mean anything, the number that Boston gave you. That does it just it those it's just that's just a joke. It's just a coincidence that that's what it spells out. It was the only number we could get. He sleeps so hard, that's good. But that's good because and if you have trouble sleeping, we'll keep you awake. But, I do have to tell you, vulnerable women, if he's ever giving you a hard time, and you guys are in a fight, just give him a blowjob. It'll stop the fight. Heather, shh. Well, Laura, if that old guy has a 1-800 number, maybe he's selling something. Yeah, it is a crazy coincidence. We do. We're very, very knowledgeable. We're very knowledgeable. But what we really love is these haunted houses and that you go to the haunted house and then do you have a job, vulnerable women? You need a job? If you yeah, 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 he will love the helicopter. But do you have a job or need a job, vulnerable women? I I mean, I can get you a job. Do you need a job? Well, I mean, that's all you really need to get through in life is a sexy voice. At least I've found just a sexy voice. Yes, but first we have to take you through a haunted house. And just it's like they might give you some MK Ultra, but it's okay. Drugs, celebrate drugs. Drugs are good. Today is your fucky lucking day. Yes, Miss Heather Dizzle. Heather Dizzle, you changed your name. I saw that the other day. I keep meaning to mention that I like that it's just Heather, but I miss calling you Miss. Oh yeah, Boston, have you yeah, and then make sure that you get an account with UPS. Does your sweetie Curtis have a lot of hair? There's a little hypnosis. Does your yeah, and do you believe in magic? Via PayPal, and but then you have to send you have to send hair via UPS. He could really use a trim. Well, let me tell you, we donate we donate um hair to the local voodoo shop here. Um for their I mean it's not really voodoo, but they make these cute little dolls and they're very cute. We can make a Curtis doll. You're 23. You are young and vulnerable. Young and vulnerable. It says right there in your name. Young and naive and perfectly dumb and preferably dumb as well. Are you dumb? Oh, very. And I mean, it's probably really hard, and sometimes you probably get really upset, and you need some place to, like, express an outlet for that frustration, right? Do I have the thing for you? Do I have the thing for you to be able to, like, give an outlet to that frustration? And it's something simple right there in your own home. It's just right there, just probably really, really close to you right now. Maybe if you wanted to, you just slap Curtis. You should punch him in his sleep when he farts. You should. Men are so gross. But you should also, call me before you do that. Get me on FaceTime so I can make sure that you're doing it correctly. You don't want to wake him up. I think in Boston there is my secretary, and she does all of the intake. So if you are smarter than Boston, you cannot join. You should buy Curtis. Yes, but also overheat it. Yeah, I was just talking to somebody. I can't remember who I said was bottom tier. Oh, Pink Dagger. Pink Dagger, you know, it's clear to me Pink Dagger wants to be in my cult because Pink Dagger literally ended her live to come watch my 12-second premiere. And she said, "I'm gonna simp for Holly. I'm gonna bend over backwards for Holly." She did call me a cunt, which is also one of the code words for getting into the cult, is calling me a cunt. At one point or another, if you have called me a cunt, I have heard about it, and the cult is watching you just to see if you're a good fit. But Pink, you're definitely bottom tier. So, yes, your level of dumbness is the litmus test. Yes, that's what it is. Boston Koozie. She only has some of the qualifications being dumb. Yeah. Yeah, she's not vulnerable, she's not young. I mean, you're all the rest of you are young, just not her. I think To the Moon would probably like to be in my cult too. She's dumb. She's dumb and not vulnerable, not young. Sorry. Um, Litmus. It's litmus. not litmus. Litmus. Oh, that's because you're dumb, Boston Koozie, I'm sorry. You are young. I said pink is not young. Pink is only dumb. You're dumb and young. And Boston, I heard full of cum. That's what I sorry, I was gonna say something really inappropriate after that. Not that that wasn't inappropriate, but no, you are still in the cult. You are young and dumb and full of cum. Litness is not brain. I just said it, Boston. I heard it in my brain and I said it. That's why I said that's what I heard. I miss Boston. I miss you, Boston. Boston's like all busy. She got a life. Oh man, we should have a party. No, Amber. See, here's the thing. Anybody that's younger than me and even older than me is young and dumb. Okay? But if you're but if you're pink, you're only dumb, you're not young even if you're younger than me. It doesn't make any sense, but it's part of the rules. I don't pull the strings or make the rules. I just obey them. And you might not think that that's how cults work, but that's how cults work. Yeah, Boston. Yeah, Boston got busy. She's got a life. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Is like I liked her so much better when she didn't have a life. I told her that yesterday, but I'm just joking. I love. Yeah, I only pull the twine. But we do have the collective pulls the strings. I mean, you guys all heard about the collective that Chris and Courtney and Melissa and Allison are running. Like those people are dangerous. Like you do not want to fuck with the strings. You guys, you do not want to fuck. We do have good Kool-Aid. And we do have actual Kool-Aid and not Flavor Aid. We are top tier Colt. Jim Jones, not so much. Wait, was it called Flavor Aid? Is that what that stuff was called, you guys? Do not fuck with the strings, trust me. Courtney, oh my God, Courtney's here. Everybody, be good. Be good. Yeah, vulnerable women tend to run away. We scare them. I'll groom her. Don't worry. I'll get the brush. I love submersives. My favorite submersive, like, is this, like, one. It's like from the military. I can't remember the name of it. I summoned a string. This is what we call proof of string theory. I don't know what that is. Courtney's fucking motherfucking top tier string. Gatorade retrograde. Razor blade retrograde. Retro razor blade Gatorade. Yes, you are Courtney. Did you know that you are top tier string part of the cult magic sex cult coven that I run? I mean, I run it, but there are strings that control me. I'm just the face, which is an awful face to have for a cult, but there we are. Does anybody have anything fun to talk about now that the strings are watching? Anything not cult related? Because I got in real bad trouble, guys. Real bad trouble. I'm still in real bad trouble. I didn't just get in real bad trouble. I am in ongoing bad trouble. Oh my god. Oh my god, yeah, shit. Fuck, the 2/3 of the thruple are here. Oh my god, yeah, favorite Halloween candy, uh, either Reese's Pieces, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Kit Kats, those are my favorite. But those are just my favorite candy, period. Is there specific candy besides candy corn that is just on Halloween? Bottom Tier just made an intro video for me? I have an intro video. It's gonna be my kidnapping, I think. I need to figure out how to put it on here. I know people that like candy corn, and sometimes I like candy corn. Reese's Anything. This is why you're my one of my children, Boston, is because Kit Kats and Reese's Anything. Yes, absolutely. I don't like caramel Twix, but have you ever had the peanut butter Twix that didn't have caramel in it, that it was just peanut butter? Did you ever have that? Then they put caramel in with the peanut butter, and it was dumb. I also had one time a coconut fucking Twix. You guys ever have one of those? And it was really a Twix, and it had white chocolate on the no, it had coconut in it. It was amazing, and no caramel. And there's a store around here that makes candy corn in all different flavors, not just the yellow and, uh, orange and white, but it's like there's purple ones, they're like blackberry and blueberry. You give out Starburst flavored condoms, that's probably inappropriate, but okay. But safety first. Peanut butter kisses. Does Hershey's make a peanut butter kiss? Is it good though? Because I feel like they would I feel like Hershey's chocolate is weird. It doesn't taste right to me. I don't like Hershey's chocolate. Like the Hershey's chocolate bars. Every once in a while I'll do it, but I don't really like it. Hershey's Kisses, in theory, I would like, but then I don't. It's weird. Sometimes you feel like a nut, Laura? Did somebody do a sex spell wrong? Who? Oh no, I'm blowing on my nails. Sorry, I put ridge filler in on my nails I because I'm really a sucker for fucking punishment and temptation of biting my nails, and all the, uh, um I peeled my gel polish off, so there's, like, little ridges in my nails, so I put some ridge filler stuff in it, hoping to keep myself from them going yeah, to keep it from them getting, like, thin, and then I bite them, because I don't wanna bite them because I have to have nice nails for a little bit. Yeah, ridge filler would be kinky. I need the ridge filler. I need my ridge filled. Okay, wait, guys, also, I have got to tell you, I the reason I've been really busy is because apparently I have admitted, and I would like any of you, did I admit this on a live? Did I say this on a live? Has anybody heard me say this besides Lindsay? That I have admitted to having sex with 500 people? Because I'm pretty sure I never admitted that. Like, in a serious manner, I may have, like, made a joke that I did. I've had sex with a lot of people, but 500? when I consider the age I lost my virginity, how long I was married and faithful to my husband, and how long I had one person relationships, and then how long I went from in between times without having sex, 24 people a year to a month. New people a month. 2 new people a month every year to I've been busy, real busy. Well, no, prison daughter. No, prison daughter. The amount of men that you have sex with does ridge filler from the word ridge filler, ridged for your pleasure. The amount of people you have sex with doesn't affect the elasticity of your vagina. The amount of babies you push out of it can, but it's not a big deal. But it's the only thing that like can affect the elasticity of your vagina. Getting old. Well, I mean, and it's not that I'm opposed to get regular gangbangs, it's just not true. And I just like would like to see where admitted to sleeping with 500 people in seriousness. The powder dip stuff strengthens and helps what grow out. That's a very weird statement to make in the middle of this conversation, Laura. Yeah. Yeah, get to 500. Like, I just feel that's like sounds exhausting. I mean, I love sex, but like to meet 24 new people a year, to interact with 24 new people a year is sounds fucking exhausting. Did they show you shut, Amber? And I've only had one baby out of my vagina, so I definitely don't have a hot dog hallway situation going on there. And that was almost 30 years ago. Kegels. However, I thought like, oh man, just having one baby fucks with your ability to hold your pee on a trampoline. I'll tell you what. 24 new, well, people. She didn't say penises. She said people. So I I can't say that it would still be 24 new people because I have had sex with women too and men and non-binary people. So I have, but still not 500 of them. And I wish because if I had, I mean, I could have written a book or I would be I could have had a like porn career maybe. I mean something. 6 stitches, damn. Yikes. 24 new crotches, yes. I would have been bumping uglies of some kind, innies and outies alike. 24 new ones a year, 2 a month. I don't even wanna know people I know th it in a month, like, in a year. I don't even wanna know them. No, I'm just kidding, I don't. I love the people I know, but I don't even wanna meet 1 new person a year. It's like, I don't even know what I'm talking about, but it's like, that's pretty funny. Oh, and also, if any of you have heard me make a offensive joke about disabilities that I did, and it was offensive, I would like to know what it was. Um, I did say the word once in reference to myself, and I apologized to my community for it. Is it true your heart stops? I would be dead. I would be dead if my heart stopped beating briefly with orgasms because I multiply. I have multiple orgasms. I don't just come once. So like I'd be dead. Like I think that I would have heart damage at the very least, especially if I slept with because here's the other thing. I don't think I've ever had sex with someone in which I didn't orgasm. So if I had sex with 500 different people, and that's saying I only had sex with them each once, man, that's a lot of sex though. So you started talking about queefing? Two spirit? Yeah, I was with you. I was with you for sure. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Well, you guys, I want you guys to bring up something we can talk about because I didn't want to focus too long on the ugly and the nasty, even though it is ugly and nasty, but I couldn't sit here because here's the thing is there's people I love. And even if the people I love don't see this, even though some of the people I love do see this stuff, okay? That are trans or non-binary or um anything that is degraded, devalued, dismissed, invalidated, to just for me to just not to not say anything about it is it wouldn't sit well with me. I have to say something because I love the people that I love and I want them to. Yes, yes, I remember. It was really late. I went to bed right after that. I remember now. Um I wouldn't want like them not to be spoken for, you know, because I love them. And so all y'all bigots can fuck off. Bigot cunts. Hell on wheels, ride or die. Bigot cunts. The Lauren person wasn't too much of a. I mean, she was still pretty, but the ride and die and that hell on wheels are they're big. That's hate. That's like legit hate. I hate it. Anyway. Yeah, don't forget to vote. Don't forget to vote wherever you are. I wish that we could talk about, like, I would love to talk about how we can support each other as human beings, just as human beings, and encourage people to stop supporting humans who are hurting other humans or dogs or animals. Like, we don't want to support people that hurt animals either. Um, I I wish that I knew how to fix things. Um, I wish that I knew if there I just think that there are people full of hate. I saw this video that today on YouTube that kind of bothered me at first, but then I kind of like I had to think about it. It did still bother me. There was this guy and he was in Walmart and he walked up to this lady and he said, "Hey, I'm giving," it was like a 13-minute video. He goes, "I'm giving out free hugs. Can I hug you?" And she said, "No." And he was like, "Why not?" And I was like, at first I was like, "Bitch said no." Bitch said, "No, go away." She's like, "I'm just trying to shop. You're be whatever." Like, and he said in his voiceover he could sense that there was something going on with her, and he didn't want to just leave her there, and he didn't want to leave without giving her a hug. And at first, like for the first little while of it, I was like, "You are pushing yourself on this person." He wasn't like physically trying to give her a hug, but she was like really, really mean to him. Um, And she was like he was like, "I just wanna know, I just don't understand, like, I'm just trying to spread love, and I don't understand what would cause you to be, like, so mean." And she was just like, "I'm just trying to shop. I just wanna do that in peace," you know? And at first I was kind of like, "Ugh, guy," she said, "No." She said, "No." But he kept saying, um it bothered me, you know, that part bothered me, but then he stuck around and he was talking to her, and he was like and he said, "I don't wanna leave here without giving you a hug. Like, I've sensed, like, you need me to stick around or whatever." And she's like, "Okay, whatever." And she gave him a hug. And then he said, "Can I have a little bit better of a hug?" And she says, "Okay, I'll give you a better hug." and she gave him a better hug, and then he said, "Thank you," and he walked away. And he was walking down the aisle, he turned the aisle. She was standing there just in the middle of the aisle, just standing there, no longer shopping, just standing. And she turned and she called out and she said, "Hey, hey." And he came back and she's like, "Can I have a better hug? Can I have a better hug?" And he came all the way back and he hugged her for a really long time and she started to cry. And it turned out she had like lost her dad recently. She was all alone. She was trying to figure out her life, trying to figure out how to live without the parent that she loved or whatever. And she had just put up this wall, and hugging releases so many good fucking hormones. But yeah, and she was like, and then they sat on the floor crying together. Because he then said, "I'm not gonna leave you here crying. I'm gonna leave you until you've come through this, like, and you've brought your strength back or what." He was kind of being like, not a dick, but he was like, "You gotta toughen up." And I'm like, "Hey, you just made this woman cry. Let her fucking cry," you know? And probably the pushy thing that they're like, "I'm gonna do this whether she likes it or not like physically, but I'm gonna push her to let me give her a hug," bothered me because of like consent, and autonomy and all that. Like, but like he wasn't like standing close to her trying to give her a hug. He was just like, "I'm just trying to spread love. I really can sense that I don't want to like leave you, whatever." It was just like, it was so beautiful. And it's so like, we never know what is causing someone to be really angry, right? Unless we do know, unless we really know. But we really do. I mean, because then and you don't know what a stranger is going through, you know? I don't know what Hell on Wheels is going through. I don't know what Ride or Die is going. Maybe Golden is right that I could say, maybe you're being shitty. You're being a shitty person instead of you're being a piece of shit. Um, but I do believe they're being, or and I'm not saying you're being a piece of shit. I say you are a piece of shit. So maybe I could temper that. But I do feel like I feel like I'm very upset, you know? And at the same time, I don't know what's going on in Jax's world that makes Jax so hateful. I don't. I do know what's going on or what has been going on the last 3 years in Lindsay's world that makes her so hateful. But I also know that a lot of people have tried to help Lindsay through that pain, and she doesn't allow it. Um, and I know that Lindsay, and when I say that Lindsay is a piece of shit, it's because I know Lindsay doesn't give a fuck about anybody but herself. Yeah. We never know what people are going through unless you do know. Oh, Laura, I will send positivity to the universe in spades, just droves and droves of energy into the universe for you, Laura. Yeah, I'm Courtney and I get that and I understand that, but I also know the lengths that people have gone to help and the love that Lindsay has been shown by people that she refuses to acknowledge, and she's treated some people who have done her very good, and I'm not talking about on YouTube, people that have been very, very good to her. She has been cruel in a way that didn't even imagine from Lindsay. Um, and I can't talk about it. I wish I could because I'd blast the fuck out of her if I could, but I just can't. Um, because it makes me angry on on a level of like, that's not even a human. Like, that's not even a human. Like, the stuff that you're saying about TT makes you not a human. It does. Like, that's like you've lost your humanity completely. But then to know something that she has done to contribute to somebody else's, and maybe not pain isn't the right word, but to make somebody that loved her feel like so insignificant. It's really sad. It's I should say I'm shocked and surprised. I wish I could say that, but I guess I'm not. I guess I'm not. And I guess the reason, like, when people will be like, "Well, why aren't you just ragging?" I don't know TT. I don't know TT on that level. I never knew TT on that level. I don't think anybody that were even friends with her knew TT on the level that I knew Lindsay. Um, because I think TT probably hid a lot from you guys. Um, and so people say like, What would happen if you just stopped talking about Lindsay?" Nothing would happen. I can go away. I can stop talking about Lindsay. I'm not obsessed with Lindsay. I could stop. I can go away. I could stop talking. I could go away from all of YouTube if I wanted to. I have. I have been very, very quiet. And it's not because anybody's saying anything to hurt me or I'm scared of saying anything. It's because I know when to turn it off. I know when, if something becomes too much or it's making me feel bad in a way that, or making my friends feel bad in a way that I can't, that they can't stand by me or whatever, um, I'll turn it off. But I want Lindsay to hear me because I did love Lindsay and because she did hurt a lot of people that I love. And I want her to get help and I want her to stop. Yes, we can clarify that prison daughter Tiffany is not Tiff Lucan's girlfriend. That's right. No, who's saying that? Yeah, who's saying that? Because I thought people like a lot of people have cleared it up. But yes, our Tiffany is not like and Legion's Tiff. And I don't think Tiffany deserves to be told that she fucks maglites or whatever. I don't think she fucking deserves that either. I don't think she deserves to be called a fucking murderer. I think she's gross. I heard people making fun of the man that she did kill. Um, but she's not a murderer. She hit somebody on a bike. She didn't run him down. Yep, Courtney, you're right. We are all capable of evil. That's right. We're all capable of it. I'm capable of it. I could get down in the fucking dirt. I could get down in the dirt. I could. Absolutely could. Have I in my past? Absolutely. Will I now? No, because you know what? Not because I think I'm gonna hurt somebody else. I'm gonna hurt my own fucking soul. I don't want to feel that unease. I don't want to hurt other people like that either. But I don't want to feel I have to live with myself. I have to go to bed at night. I have to be the one that like fucking thinks about that shit. And then guess what I have to do? I have to go and fucking apologize to that person. And I don't like apologizing to fucking people. I'll apologize if I'm wrong, but I want to do something that I know I'm gonna have to fucking apologize for. Why do it? It's gross to have to. Okay, well, Amber, could you go over there and say it's not her? Tiff is not in my chat. Tiff likens Tiff, whoever's in TT's chat or the chat's over there. This is not Prison Daughter 6969 is not Tiffany. No, no. That Tiffany could not be our prison daughter because I mean, you could be. Wait a second. Wait a second. Guys, likens Tiffany, if you would like to be part of the sex cult, all we have to do is get on FaceTime and I get to watch you abuse Lycan. That's it. That's it. Oh, and you could send me some of his hair, just, just a little bit. I've never really paid any attention to his head. Does he have hair? No, she can't be part of our cult. Okay. It's been vetoed by the dumbest person on our cult. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's been vetoed. Sorry, you can't be in our cult. Yeah, no, TT has said, Tiff has, you're right. Nobody can be in my cult. Hey, Snuffles. Nobody can be in my cult that is that gross. That gross. But she doesn't deserve to be those things to be said about her either. You know? I don't think that it's right to, and since Snuffles brought this to my mind, I don't think it's right to say shit and tell Lana that she's not a real mom. I don't. You're right, they can't be in our I was just hoping I could get maybe we could just initiate her and never let her join, just so we can watch her abuse Lycan. Oh, look at Amber calls you father. Yes, Laura. Yes, because, like, sometimes when you're well, you see it very clearly. You see it very, very, very clearly in a lot of the people that are lashing out and saying stuff that and criticizing what people are doing, they're doing the exact same thing. I mean, I know Lindsay likes to say that I've done or people I love or I've done the same or worse myself, and I haven't. I mean, show it, Lindsay. Show what fucking horrible thing. Or you fucked up. Show my fucking shit. Oh, that's what I tell you. You fucked up. Told me that you guys have seen it, right? You guys have all seen that you fucked up going around fucking threatening people. Don't let them fucking get away with it. Don't let them win. It's fucking gross. Good. Well, see, and that, but that's good, Father Snuffs. I'm going to call you Snuffs. I can't call you Father. That's good that you don't publicize it, and I hope that you never do, because weaponizing her parenting, weaponizing a woman's motherhood, weaponizing a child, it's not okay. It's not okay. Like she is a shitty fucking person. Over a shitty person. You do not need to bring her child into it. Lindsay's a shitty person. That has nothing to do with her ability to mother. TT's a shitty person. Has nothing to do with her being a mother. To the Moon's a shitty person. Also nothing to do with her being a mother. They're just shitty people. You're right, Boston. Thank you so much. And the way that they say it with such, yeah, it's so cavalierly, such ease that that rolls off their fucking tongues. That's why I say that Lindsay is not does not resemble the person that I once knew, because if TT was her friend and TT was going at somebody like TT's going at Lindsay and they said the stuff Lindsay said back to TT, like Lindsay would like go for the jugular. She wouldn't like she's doing the exact thing that she hates. Then you should prove how she's taken it or something. But don't, I mean, when you say she's taking things way further than you have, doesn't justify you take I know you think you're an eye for an eye, but it doesn't justify. Two wrongs don't make a right. Two bads don't make good, you know? And all it's going to do is continue to perpetuate until somebody gets really fucking hurt. Lana should be in jail. Somebody should fucking get her put in fucking jail. Yeah, Boston, it has. I mean, it is. It is gross. You are right. To me, the things being said about TT are worse than the things being said about Lindsay. They really are. Yeah, but so you just, everybody gets blown up, right? I mean, it just is like, I get it, those snuffs. I get it to a degree. I get it to a degree because I don't know what you're not publicizing. I don't know what's being affected. I don't know that stuff, so I agree. I agree with you to an extent because if someone were coming for me and mine the way that maybe Lana is, because I believe Lana's dangerous. I believe Lindsay's dangerous. And but you see, I did see Lindsay coming for me and mine, and I didn't fucking go low. I didn't. I could fucking go low. I could fucking start dropping shit about Lindsay. I could fucking show everybody her emotional terrorism to the point where it would be no doubt for you guys the way she fucking terrorized me. And I don't mean terrorize me like being mean. I mean emotionally preying on the things she knew that would put me in a state of instability so that I would not leave her. And it's toxic and it's narcissistic. Okay, okay, Snuffs, but I don't want that in my chat. And I don't understand the ins and outs of your shit. Okay, I don't. So I don't know that I wouldn't. I mean, okay, if somebody did to me what Lana and her cohorts did to Vanessa, if I were Vanessa, I probably would go pretty low too. I mean, Vanessa did the right thing by getting a restraining order, but the continuation of that, the body cam footage, stuff like that, just the total torment, I would probably not have the like even a tenth of the class that Vanessa has had. Publicly, I don't know what Vanessa's doing privately. I'm scolding you, but I'm also telling you I don't understand all of it. Like, I don't understand. I don't want children brought up in here like that. I don't want their motherhood brought up in here like that. I also will agree that I do not understand the ins and outs of all of that. I don't follow Lana. I think she's disgusting. Um, but I believe Vanessa, and from the limited interactions I've had with Vanessa, I think she's a very kind, warm person, and I think that she's handled this with more grace than I would. I would have fucking lost my mind on Lana. I would have fucking lost my mind on Lana and Jamie and all those people fucking being shitbags. I don't know. I don't even know who's all a shitbag anymore. Okay, if you care about the kids' well-being, then f do something about it. Making content on YouTube about it isn't the thing you do. When Alicia had that blow up about her husband yelling at her kid, Lindsay heard it. Lindsay was fucking appalled by it. I was fucking appalled by it. But I said, like, that's not content for YouTube. If you and we're not there in that house, we don't know. Vanessa is smart and patient. You're not. I'm just kidding. You're not patient. You might be smart. You can't be in my cult. You're too smart. But anyway, um, yeah, there's distractions. I know. Yeah, it's not YouTube content. You're right, Boston. The relationship with her son is not YouTube's business. If you think it's your business, because you have information that you think is important, then take it the right way. It's not YouTube is not the right way because all you're going to do is hurt that kid in the end. I'm sure there's a reason for everything. Well, and this is one of the reasons I won't be involved in that and I won't pick up that fight is because people mention I know. Snuff, you're so smart. Snuff's like, just call me pretty, damn it. Um, but yeah, just take it the legal way. Take it the appropriate way. If TT truly believed Lindsay is a dangerous danger to her child, truly believe that she's dangerous and she has proof that she's dangerous to that child, she shouldn't be on YouTube spewing it to the world. She should have gone the direction, she should have gone the way that somebody could help. Okay, Snuff. I'll take your word for it. That's why I'm not involved in it, though, and I'm not involved in it, and I don't wanna be, because her kid gets brought up too much. Her being told she's not a mother is just like, well, good. Well, I hope the bigger picture is painted soon and it's over and she stops hurting people. And let's hope that Lindsay never goes after Vanessa for anything. Yeah, she probably isn't listening. TT's upset because I called her out for being fucking hateful, for being a fucking bigot. Let her be fucking upset. I'm upset that I had to hear that. That I had to hear that. Because you are fucking harming people I fucking love, and I'm not talking about Jax. I'm talking about people I fucking love. There are trans people in this fucking community. It's just like when you fucking call uh when fucking people call people disabled, like start calling them the R word or whatever, or start making fun of people's mental health, and you have people in your chat that struggle with mental health. You are fucking hurting them. So fuck you, TT. You can be as pissed off as you want to be at me. You can call me names, tell me I'm fucking ugly, tell me I have like no teeth, call me a hillbilly like you do. Do whatever the fuck you want to call me. I don't give a fuck. You hurt people I fucking love by saying that and allowing that transphobic rhetoric in your fucking chat and fucking upholding it, doubling down, saying you could call it transphobic. I don't give a fuck. So good, I do give a fuck. And you're wrong, Snuffs. You're wrong. You can think that. You can think that, but tell me something. And maybe you would, Snuffs, and that would make you a bigot too and a piece of shit. If would you if somebody was being a piece of shit that had nothing to do with their sexual preferences, lesbian, gay, whatever, or their gender identity, would you use that to bash them? No, and we're not talking about government. We're not talking about that. We're not even fucking saying like that you have to believe any of that. But would you use it to hurt somebody? And also knowing that that attitude, that outward, you can believe what you want to believe. You don't get to decide it. You don't care, whatever. You can believe what you want to believe. But when you put it out there in a way that harms people, in a way that silences or like invalidates people or dismisses people or whatever, and it makes people good. Thank you, Snuffs. But that's what they're fucking doing to Jax. And Jax is a piece of shit. Jax is a piece of fucking shit. No doubt about it. Fucking gross, disgusting piece of shit. But he doesn't deserve that. And it's not because he doesn't deserve it as a person. The trans community doesn't deserve it as a community. Because if people are going to walk around bashing people for being trans because of their behavior in other areas, they're bashing everybody that's trans. Everybody. Natasha fucking does it. Fucking all these people. Natasha would have been the first one to stand up for Jax. And then eventually, when Jax left, definitely wasn't, you know? And some of the shit that I see being said is just gross. It's just gross. And I wish there was something for those close-minded people or those bigoted people to relate to. There some kind of analogy, some kind of thing you could relate it to that they could understand what it would be like to be have that part of you just completely dismissed, you know? Just to I don't know. I don't always feel like a woman. Does that make sense? Like, sometimes feel like I should have a dick, right? But I don't identify as male, but sometimes feel like I should have a dick, but that, like, if I decided, like, I should have a dick, like, if I felt that way deep down in the fucking depths of my soul, that I should be a man, not have a dick, but you know what I mean, that I should be a man, that I feel manly, I feel masculine or whatever. I don't feel these feminine energies, I don't feel these things. Who the f what does that have any bearing on whether or not I'm a piece of shit person? Question. Okay, Amber, I'll check it. Well, no, people here's the thing, yes, Red Kim does not get excused for being a piece of shit because she's bi. Also, Jax doesn't be doesn't get excused for being a piece of shit because he's trans, but him being a piece of shit has nothing to do with him being trans. He doesn't get bashed for being trans because he's a piece of shit. But I'm sure so is TT calling me? Like, is TT now bashing me? Hold on. I'm gonna put this on mute for just a second, and I don't have Boston up here too. Okay. Well, we can have I don't wanna have a debate about whether it is right or not for people to misgender somebody because it's not, and that's not an opinion I want on my panel. And I'm closed-minded about people misgendering people. Yes, absolutely. But hold on, I got sent something that I need to mute for a second, and Boston's not up here to keep you company, so hold on. Holy shit. Okay, thank you for that, yeah, so she's fucking She is, uh, she's big mad that I called her transphobic, and she is. She's transphobic. She's saying, she's like, "Oh, you don't get a cookie for decent, just basic decent humanity." But basic decent humanity but you got Hell on Wheels in there talking about me being a whore. I've never done anything to any of you fucking people. Hi, that Michelle. I've never done anything to you, TT. Nothing. Not a fucking thing. I am disagreeing with the fucking shit that you're doing because it's not Jax. It's not just Jax. It is not necessary. Basic humanity, having like basic human decency and like a fucking soul. You're right. Lindsay doesn't have one. Oh, oops, sorry. My YouTube is still. Um, it's basic humanity. Lindsay doesn't have a soul. She doesn't. Hell on Wheels, just as fucking bad, just as fucking vile. If you were saying those things about Lindsay, TT, that Lindsay is saying to you, Hell on Wheels would be right up your fucking ass agreeing with you. Right up your fucking ass agreeing with you. And Granny's watching, go fucking fuck yourself too. I am not buddies with Tiff, likens Tiff. The Tiffany in my chat has been here, my friend for fucking, I've known her for almost 3 years. It's not likens Tiff or Tiffany. So stop. And Angela's over there trying to correct that narrative, but they're probably still fucking, they're just fucking morons over there. So Granny can fuck herself too. Granny is also a fucking bigot at times and can fuck herself. But she's big mad. TT's big mad because I am calling out transphobia. Okay. I'm calling out transphobia just like you call out the bullshit you see. TT, and it's not just you, I'm fucking calling out. And I'm calling out fucking Lindsay for the shitty fucking things she said. I think that what Lindsay has said is the worst thing that has been said this week. But that doesn't excuse anything you're fucking saying. And nothing that Jax has said has anything to do with him being male or fucking female. Anybody, male or female, that said those fucking things are pieces of fucking shit. Anybody. Anybody. And I think you're a piece of shit for degrading people who are transgendered. You're not just degrading Jax. And you don't have to agree with a lifestyle. And it's not a lifestyle. Your gender is not a lifestyle. Your gender identity is not a lifestyle. Your sex preference might be a lifestyle. Transgendered people are fucking people. They're just people. It has nothing to do with sex. And so you could disagree with it. You can disagree with transgendered people. You can disagree with that. Absolutely 100%. You do not have a right to invalidate fucking people because you're fucking butthurt about what people are saying. It's gross. Granted, it's fucking disgusting. It is 100%. And so are you. So are you. That's it. Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. But her transphobia absolutely 100% does. And good Anne, I am really sad to see. I love good Anne. I love her. I think she is great. And I'm fucking really sad to see that comment from you over there saying that you think that um oh, where did it go? Thinking that I would be part of that, Lycan and Tiffany. It's not that Tiffany. Tiffany's not an uncommon name. And trust me, that Tiffany has been in here. But there, even if my worst enemy would be judged by their gender identity, I would be standing for them. That's right. I hate Jax. I think Jax is a fucking vile human being. I think he does not possess much humanity either. Yeah, I think so too. I'm sorry, Godan. It's not. It's not. And I know that people ran over to TT because TT's ugly and TT will go fucking, and I don't mean ugly in terms of physical attractiveness, but she'll go that she'll get mean. She'll get fucking gross. And she'll probably get gross with me. And she can fucking say all she wants. I know the person I am. I know the shit she's saying is false. I know the shit she says about me, the spin she likes to put on shit that she doesn't know everything about is wrong. It's not true. Okay? So I don't really give a fuck. And it's 3 fucking years ago, 2 years ago, whatever. I know, but I also know some of the shit she's saying about Lindsay is true. And I know some of the shit that Lindsay's saying about her is true. And I know that Jax is a piece of shit. And I know that To the Moon is a piece of shit. And I know that Pink is a piece of shit. But so are you. So, like, there you go. And you could say I'm a piece of shit. I don't care. This is my channel. I get to say what I want, right? Just like you get to say what you want. And I'm not trying to tell you you have to agree with shit. But I couldn't sit and listen because I went into your chat because I said I was going into your chat to hate bond. Couldn't hate bond. Couldn't hate bond because I cannot stand by bigotry. I can't. It's hate. It incites people into hate. It incites people into hurting other people. It really does. To be so adamantly against somebody's gender identity is just wild to me. So against them that you will use that as a way to bash them. So wild to me. But what it also does is it harms people's it harms people. Like think about it. Think about somebody in your life. Think about somebody watching this that might be struggling with either their identity or struggling with how to walk through this world as a different gender than they were raised as, grew up as, or presented as, or whatever. Think about like the struggle they're going through and how your words can affect them. And if you say I don't give a fuck about them, then great, that just proves what a piece of shit you are. I mean, to me, what a piece of shit you are. Because God forbid one of your children is non-binary or trans in any way, feels differently from their gender than what you believe their gender to be. God forbid that happen, TT. Because what would you do? Would you say the things you say about Jax's identity, gender identity? Would you? I think so too, Boston. That was just upset. I believe she's better than that too. I really like her. I was just disappointed to see her falling into that tiff thing. But it's not. But listen to what Hell on Wheels had to say about me. You guys want to hear? Holly has to be the biggest bigot on here. I'm a bigot. Do you know what bigot means? Hell on Wheels? Are you also stupid? Do you know what bigot means? Holly has to be the biggest bigot on here. A damn manipulation she spins. She's a madam for a reason, a virtual dick sucker. And I won't say the rest of it. But is that like, is that like, did that make any sense? What does being a bigot, a madam, and a virtual dick sucker have to do with anything? Hello, is which is okay, that's the diff. This is not the you fucked up. This is the new and improved you fucked up. But Granny's watching. Miss me with fake moral superiority when Tiff has done just as gross things, but you're all buddies with her. Fuck you. Granny's watching. I'm not buddies with her. I do not like her. hopefully Angela, like, cleared that up. But anyway, she can be pissed off. She can be as pissed off as she wants. This is the new improved You Fucked Up, right? Somebody wanna check that, You Fucked Up and see what if it was made the 27th or the 28th? If it was made the 27th, you can block it. If it was made the 28th, it's the new and improved reformed You Fucked Up. New and improved. Okay, good. Good. That's the new and improved reformed You Fucked Up. Yeah, somebody she says we're buddies, that we're fucking around. She's like, "That's what the good Ann said." Oh, like, it's if it's that Tiffany, or I think it's that Tiffany, she's been there for a while as prison daughter, and Granny thanked her and said, "I know they fuck with Tiff in other chats." I do not fuck with Tiff. I do not fuck with Lycan. Nobody that I associate with closely fucks with Tiff. So, I don't like Tiff. I think she's gross. I appreciate you, new and improved You Fucked Up. You should make your name I Fucked Up. But I think it's very funny that You Fucked Up has its own troll. Got its own troll within the first 3 subscribers. Mm. Anyway, so, and it's fine. TT can fucking say whatever the fuck she wants. I give 2 shits less. I give 2 shits less. People can call me ugly. People can call me stupid. People can call me a whore. You know what? Great. Fuck, does it change my life any what you think? Not at all. Not at all. I still pay my own bills. Oh, that You Fucked Up? Was it You Fucked Up that was saying that? That, oh, you have to live with your daughter because you can't make it on your own? No, bitch. No, bitch. Like, nobody can make it on their own in this fucking state here. Sorry. I'm sorry. Unless you are very, very wealthy, the fucking cost of living here is outrageous. But the thing is I wanted to be able to be here for my grandson. So my daughter, and it was a fucking steal to buy this house together. It was fucking perfect. I have my own space. And you know what? I like living with my daughter. She's cool. We're cool. I get to cook for her. She appreciates the food I fix. My son has a bigger house to live in, you know? It's all good. I still pay my own bills. I still it's just cheaper. Oh my god, the cost of living is insane up here. Thank you, creep. It is fucking crazy. Like, it's gotten I mean, there are pockets in Washington that are not so bad, but so there are, like my house I mean, I don't think maybe I shouldn't tell people how much my house cost. Maybe I won't tell them how much it cost. It's not cheap. Not cheap. Not cheap. Um, but we got in at a really sweet deal, with really sweet moment when the rates weren't too raised too high and the prices were coming down pretty quickly. So we, like, kinda got in this pocket, so it was pretty good. But rent here for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and this isn't even a new rental, like, if you'd been there for a while, right? My rent was 1691, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, less than 1,000 square feet. I'm paying less for twice the amount of space, may more than twice the amount of fucking space. And because I share a house with my daughter, I don't share space. I mean, I have my own space. It's not even my own bedroom. I have my own fucking space. It's fun. And plus, it's proven that multi-generational families and households are healthier. Just saying. Yeah, we can show empathy and humanity and hope, but, yes, you're right, Boston. We can't make anyone believe something differently regarding their own beliefs and opinions on things like gender identity, but we can speak up for those who are affected. Yes. And we can show empathy and humanity and hope others find their way to that as well. And if they don't, they don't. And it's not going to make me lose sleep. But what will make me lose sleep is not standing up for people I love, even if they can't hear this, even and but I know some of them do. Um, but even the ones that can't hear this, just knowing that I didn't speak when I have a voice, it would bother me. It is just plain hate. Amber, you're right. And it's not just if you're saying I don't hate trans people, you don't have to hate trans people to you don't have to hate trans people to create hate. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? You don't have to hate them. You don't have to actively hate them to 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 perform microaggressions against them. And calling Jax a she is a microaggression. Maybe even not micro. Oh, what? Is somebody talking about you, Snuff? Like, why? See, this is the thing. This is the thing that really gets to me is they talk about people in in the chats, right? They talk about people in the chats. Talk about me. Who the fuck cares? Let people go where they want to fucking go. Don't talk about, oh, Snuffs is over there. Don't talk about that shit, Granny. Are you fucking Natasha? It's fucking stupid. You're fucking dumb. Like, literally, Lindsay's dumb too. Lindsay does the same fucking thing. Maybe TT doesn't do that. I don't think TT cares who goes in what chats. I really don't. And TT, I will say it once again. I have empathy for what has happened and what has been said about you. I cannot imagine. And my heart breaks for you on every level for that. You do not deserve to have those things said about you, TT. You don't. It's awful. It's fucking gross. And it's also gross what you're saying about Lindsay. And it's also gross what you're saying about Jax. Well, probably. I mean, they do that. That's what they do, Snuffs. They can't just like talk about what's being said. Then they got to talk about the chat. Unless the chat's being like super ugly to you, then to the other people, then why? And we're not being ugly here. I'm talking about I'm talking about something that's close to my heart. Okay, well, if she loves you, Snuffs, then she's simply just jealous that you're in here. She can't share subs. They're hers. Nobody else's. I think Granny's gross too. I'm over all the fucking bullshit in this fucking YouTube. I'm over all the fucking grossness. Lala said she would like to see me do content of some sort. Um, I've never done content of some sort, but I could try. I mean, I don't know what it would be. My content is squirting farts and dog balls. Oh, wait, poop. Not farts, poop. Yeah, and I feel bad that I've spoken on this to any um to the degree that I have simply because it's just I never looked you up, TT. I was never part of a chat that was looking into you, TT. They were looking into you before they added me to that chat. DTOS, you can prove that. Dear Terms of Service, who has become a piece of shit as well. You can prove that. I was not. Many people can prove it. You've shown Lindsay the fucking screen fucking or the screenshots from that chat. Why don't you show her when I was fucking added? And I fucking didn't agree with it. And I wasn't fucking digging up on TT, and I would never dig up on fucking a tragedy like that. It's gross. I don't want to fucking know about it. And do you think you're right, Amber. And do you think, and let's just talk about this in general. Do you think, I mean, as a mom, right? Do you think she's justified in going hard against, but she was already going hard against Lindsay about her custody. But Lindsay made little jabs too about like, whatever. Do you think that she would be justified in going hard and speaking badly about Lindsay and her parenting because Lindsay called her a murderer? Do you think that that would be justification as a mother? As a mother, just purely coming from a mother standpoint. Because I'm gonna like, ugh, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I can't put myself in that situation, so I don't know how I would act. I don't know. I don't know. Like I told Granny when Lindsay had made that veiled fucking that email to her that was not her trying to be helpful. It was her saying, I could do this, but I won't, which is fucking, I could do this. I could share this and show everyone you're lying, which is a threat. It's a fucking threat. If I was Granny and someone came to me and said, I've seen your daughter's TikTok, your minor child's TikTok. I know you're lying about why she stayed home from school. I would lose my fucking shit. I would lose my fucking shit. So Granny, I thought, had every right to lose her shit on fucking Lindsay like she did. And shit came out that she probably didn't really think about coming out of her mouth before it came out. But I'd fucking lose my mouth or lose my shit. Yes, Laura. See, I do not think subs are are um absolved or immune from getting the shit handed to them if they're being fucking shitheads. Yeah, and I do believe there was one. We used to have a member of the community. Do you guys remember Sandra Kay? She couldn't get a fucking fax straight. She's like Pink. She would go from chat to chat saying, they just said this. They just said this in here. And she was up on TT's panel one time with TCA, and she said, "Do you remember when blah blah?" And she tried to insinuate that me and Foz and Lindsay sent CP. We know what CP is, right? Not community post to MRB. Right, Amber, exactly. I cannot say. I think it's shitty. I don't think from TT, I'm not gonna level that like judgment hammer on TT for the things she's saying to Lindsay. Maybe the things she's saying to Jax, to the moon and them, but to Lindsay, I don't know. Um the other people saying it to Lindsay, yeah, yeah. Like I'm gonna fucking fault them because Lindsay's not coming at them, right? Um, but the stuff that I don't know, I just can't. I think it's wrong that Lindsay's having her custody thrown in her face too. But it's so much different to have lost. It's so much different in TT's case, and I don't know how I would respond. I think so too, Boston. I think so too. Yeah, I can't imagine. I cannot, and I don't want to even try. I don't even wanna try to put myself in that situation, but I know that, like, and TT can tell you that, like, the minute that my child was brought into, even she was an adult, but the minute that she was this was my adult child, was brought into a conversation that in a really weird negative way, mama bear comes out, like, you're gonna fucking protect, right? But this is real world motherfucking shit. Yeah, I think I mean, quite honest, I mean, I get it, yeah. No, no, yes, and I do see why she's angry with him too, Tiffany. I do see why she's angry with him. I do. Absolutely 100%. I was not really, there's no need to misgender him to go hard at him though. And but I guess, like, and I'm not gonna, like, excuse TT from it. Like, I'm not gonna excuse T, but I guess, like, I can see where TT might lose her shit because of that. But Hell on Wheels, ride or die, those people, what is he doing to them? Like, why are they attacking him within on that bent? Other than they are just ugly, hateful people, right? They're not experiencing that same thing, the same thing as TT is, and I get that they're feeling bad for her, but they're not experiencing that pain. They're not experiencing the same situation as he is. Yeah, I don't even like to think about how I would respond, Boston. I don't like to think about it. They're following the leader, yeah, I suppose. I suppose. And I can see why Lindsay's angry with TT. I can. I can see that. That I mean, in her in her way, I can see why she's upset with her. Um, but I also think that she manipulates and exaggerates and kind of twists a lot of shit. So I don't even know. I don't even know. I just say I would much rather be in Lindsay's shoes than in TT's shoes. Right, it's not, and it's not, you're attacking. But I think what TT's doing is giving what she's got, like she said, she's giving the same energy, um, but it's all gross, and I'm not saying that Ja Jax is grosser than TT or TT is grosser than Jax in no, I am. I'm saying Jax is grosser than TT in that instance. I know I definitely am. I definitely am. I'm sorry. It's all gross, but no, I don't even know. I don't know. It's just all gross. It's all gross, and I don't think that I don't want to, like, have a competition for who's the grossest because it's all fucking disgusting, but I do think that the loss of her child is attacking that is, just really sick. Really fucking sick. Dark. Using the weaponizing the death of a child is worse to you than misgendering somebody. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I would say so. And I just wish they would all just stop with that. Just, like, fucking attack the facts. Like, I don't the facts that don't have to do with fucking your children, or your gender. Like, just attack, like, what they're saying. Like, the fact that Jax is constantly saying, "You're gonna be," like, Jax is constantly making threats, right? To fucking come at people, like Jax. We need a WWE wrestling name for Jax, because he's, like, definitely acts like one of those pro wrestlers. Before I already said this, I know. But do something. Do something, Jax. Put your money where your mouth is. Fucking do something. stop fucking threatening people and fucking just do something. God damn it. Y'all, somebody's breaking into my house. It's not true. Somebody's not breaking into my house, but I got a new security system today and my fucking window sensor keeps fucking falling off. I'm gonna get fucking called. The cops got me. I mean, because my window sensor keeps falling off. It's not sent. I disabled that one. So, oh, now you're all gonna break in. Great shit. Fuck, everybody's gonna break in. I don't think Jax realizes he isn't scary either. Jax actually, it's actually kind of fucking funny when he does it because he sounds like a moron. He sounds like a legitimate moron. And he literally, I don't think he's that alt because that alt knows how to spell the word you. And I don't think Jax knows how. I don't think the keyboard has a Y or an O on his keyboard. Uh-oh. The dog will bark at you. The dog will let me know. So, oh my God, you're gonna break in to cuddle? That's the best. I love it. YOU. Yes. Thank you, Boston. Nobody's that's smarter than Boston can join the cult. Are the raccoons inside my house? Because the window sensor is inside my house. The strings gave you permission to spell you? Oh, you're breaking in too. I see that. Okay. Okay. Well, that's good. You guys can cuddle with Elijah. Because Elijah's my alarm. Elijah is my pre-alarm alarm. Elijah's the thing that will scare anybody that's not really dangerous from my house just by his bark. And then I will know they're out there in time to push my panic button and send them running on their way for the 16 million decibel alarm that's going to go off. Oh, see now, I was taking it the other way, Boston, is that you're real dumb. And so I don't want anybody smarter than you. I only want people dumber than you. And you're real dumb, so like they have to be real dumb. Just kidding. My dog doesn't bark at imaginary noises. I don't have any ghosts either, Laura. Laura, did you see my doll? You should look on my community tab for the picture of my beautiful doll. She's not haunted. People said she's sketch, but she's not. She's just very, very loved. Oh, okay. Okay, Boston. I'm glad you understood. You should go on my community tab and see my beautiful doll. People think she's haunted and she's not. She's really fucking beautiful. Yeah, you're all real dumb. I love you. I can only love dumb, vulnerable, naive young women. That's I'm only capable and monsters. Like for real. That's the only people I'm capable of loving. Monsters and young vulnerable dumb women. Who are you going to drop a link to? Can you use Nightbot? Who is it for? Or is it for your new submersive channel? See, there she goes, having a fucking life. I should take your wrench away. Hold on a sec, guys. Okay. Okay, anyways. I may be featured in person. Me? Me? Well, that just depends. That just depends. There's some things happening but if they happen the way that we want them to happen, I may be featured. There may be another cam slip. I think that if we all get together every single time we get together, I should be kidnapped on cam every single time. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna go. But um I love you all. I think that oh, I'm a goat. I love you all. I think you're all amazing. I'm glad that the people that are here still are not pieces of shits. And if you have been drinking to every single time that I've said piece of shit, I am sorry if you're drunk and congratulations. Um, and I hope that I mean, I'm not gonna be coming live very often because this community's fucking gross. Um, so if I do come live, like, I mean, maybe I'll find something to talk about. Love you too, Court. Um, maybe I'll find something to talk about that's not this piece of shit community. Not you guys aren't pieces of shit. Only a few people are pieces of shit. I know I have said piece of shit like 200 times. I told somebody I'm gonna say piece of shit a lot tonight. I said that's gonna come out of my mouth a lot tonight. Hell on wheels, you're a bigoted cunt. And you please learn what the word bigot means. Um, Ride or die, also a bigoted cunt. TT, I don't think that you're a bigoted cunt. I think that you went with what the crowd was saying. I don't think that's the person you actually are, though, which I mean is surprising to me. It didn't feel genuine at all. Um, I think sometimes you placate the loudest people and the most awful people in your audience because you want them to keep going at your enemies. And that's cool, whatever. Whatever. We don't have to like each other at all. We don't have to hate bond. Nothing. I don't have to go into your chat. Um, Lindsay, uh, get some fucking help. Jax, get some fucking help. Get Lindsay some fucking help. People that love Lindsay, get her some fucking help. And then to the moon, you're a whole ass burglar. Everybody, good night. Sweet screams. Oh, yeah. Sweet screams. It's Halloween time. Love you all.